This week's Parsha is Tzav. It begins, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor, God said to Moshe, Tzav et Aharon ufanav, lemor, Zot Torah ha'olah, hi ha'olah mugdal hamizbeach, kol halayla ad haboker v'esh hamizbeach tukad bo. Command Aaron and his sons, the other Kohanim, saying, this is the law of the Olah offering. Rav Halivni, Mori, cites Rashi, based on the Sifra. Tzav et Aharon, command Aharon, ein tzav ela lashon zeruz miyad u'ledorot. That when the Torah uses the term tzav, and it doesn't do so frequently, it's a sign of wanting the commander to encourage, to urge on, more than normally. Not only that, Rashi gives us a rationale why it was needed to urge Aharon and the other Kohanim on when it came to matters of the Olah offering. Amar Rabbi Shimon, Bioter tzarich hakatuv l'zarez b'makom sheyesh bo chisaron kis. That the Torah particularly needs to have this encouragement when there's a matter of financial loss. What is he talking about? Well, it turns out that unlike the other korbanot, the menachot, the chatat, the asham, the todah, the olah offering uniquely is consumed totally in fire. There's nothing left. The Kohen does not get a meal out of the Olah offering, which he does with the menachot and the chatat and the asham and the todah. If time is money, the Kohen would rather spend his time offering up one of the korbanot, wherein he does get a meal out of it. Yes, he gets the hides, but he gets the hides with the other korbanot also, other than the menachot. But here he gets no meal. The olah is totally consumed in fire. Not only that, but this extra urging on, the zeruz, is needed because what follows in the same introductory paragraph of our parsha? It says that the Kohen puts on his work clothing and he has to remove the ash from the olah offering. And it's not just ash, but it's fat drippings, it's grease, it's bone chips. Yuck. And he takes this and he puts it next to the altar, changes his clothes, and then takes this ash, etc., out of the Beit HaMikdash, out of the Mishkan, to a makom tahor outside the camp. He's essentially taking out the garbage. And again, seemingly a less than desirable activity. And for this reason, Tzav et Aharon v'et banav lemor, command them to do it with some urgency, with some sense that this too is Kedusha. There's a famous story attributed to Rav Shach, the Rosh Yeshiva of the Panovich Yeshiva in Israel for many, many years. He had a particularly fine student with whom he had a close relationship. And one day he notices that this student is distracted. And after the shir, he goes over to the student. He says, "What's going on? You seem distracted." And the student admits, he said, "My wife and I have been arguing. It's really a shalom bayis issue. After a full day here in the Beis Medrash, I go home, we have dinner, and I'm particular to praise my wife because I know she works very hard. She's been shopping and cooking and cleaning and taking care of the children. And I thank her for all this. And we have dinner, and then I've got my night seder. And I feel that I'm bringing Kedusha into our home through my Torah learning. V'asu li mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. God commands us to make out of our home even a makom kadosh, and He will be with us. I'm bringing the Shekhinah into our home. And she says, I want you to take out the garbage. And I say to her, taking out garbage, learning Torah, how can you compare the two? What I'm doing is so much more important. And Rav Shach nods his head and he gives his Talmud words of encouragement, and they separate. That night after dinner, there's a knock on the door where the Talmud lives. And the wife opens the door and sees Rav Shach. And she brings him in to her husband. And the husband is shocked to see the Rosh Hashiva. And he stands up and he says, Rebbe, what can I do for you? Why did you come? He said, I came to help your wife. I came here to take out the garbage. And the Talmud looks at him and he says, Rebbe, you're not taking out our garbage. I will take out the garbage. Tzav et Aharon uvanav. Urge on Aaron and his sons to offer up the olah, the one that they don't get a meal off of. Urge them on to do Trumat Hadeshen, to take the remains of the olah offering, the ash and the fat drippings and the grease and the bone chips, and take out the garbage. That these are also mitzvot. These are also holy acts. And if in your home, taking out of the garbage is what's needed, then take out the garbage. I wish you a good Shabbos, and I wish you a Chag Kasher V'Sameach.